Fuck, I love that intro. It makes me so sad I'm having to get rid of it. And it's been a pain in the ass trying to find a replacement. Definitely got like a bunch of 80 techno stuff, and that doesn't fit me. So yeah, still gonna be working on that. What's up, guys? If you don't know who I am, hopefully you don't know who I am. I am the Degenerate75. You see it right down there? That's my Twitter handle. Go follow me on Twitter, or no, and follow me here on YouTube. I believe it's the Degenerate75. What do? Well, I'm a high limit DFS PGA player that is pretty good at Showdown and pretty good at week long, and I'm helping you get better at the very, very expensive charge of subscribing to my channel. If you don't know, I got to get to 1,000 followers by the Open Championship, and to do that, I'm going to need your help. I need you to subscribe. I need you to comment and watch my videos so the algorithm puts it out there more for people on YouTube. So help a man out. I got to get to 1,000. I think we're right on the door 600, and it's not lost on me how many of you guys are watching every video and subscribing and supporting me, and I really appreciate that. You can probably already see in the background right here, we're doing our big drawing tonight. Yeah, I got the big Wheel of Fortune up. That's happening. So help me grow the channel. I greatly appreciate you. We're on fire. Let's keep the momentum going. I hope you saw the thumbnail for this video. I hope did it hurt your feelings? Did that thumbnail hurt your feelings? Did you play Lipsky at? Did I see 27%? I couldn't even anything over 10% for Lipsky is ridiculous. And then I saw Goddard up in my $200 single entry at 20%. What the fuck are people doing? What are you doing? If you ever feel like, man, I make good picks at DFS and I don't win. If you played Lipsky at 27%. You don't make good picks. That is a terrible play. That is the biggest definition of donkey chalk I've ever heard in my life. Unfortunately, all the people that played him got punished. And you're like, well, I didn't know he was going to be so popular. If you watched my show Wednesday, you would have known that I said people are being lazy this week. And when people are being lazy, they're going to go with what their local tout says, because they're not going to put in the time to go find these people and research and do all the stuff themselves, because they're ready for the U.S. Open and they want to be lazy asses this week. So when you hear the biggest names in the industry throwing out Goddard up and throwing out Lipsky, all the people are like, well, I guess I'm playing Liam. And that's how you get these ridiculous ownerships on players that don't deserve even 1/3 of that ownership. And if you played them, I feel bad for you, right? You're probably the same person that played Rory, and you're like, why am I not winning more money this week? Because you play every highest owned player, and when you do that, you're sharing those points with 58,000 other people who also are getting those points. So don't do that. Don't do that. You don't have to be like me and just never play chalk hardly ever. But you got to start getting off some of the chalk. Okay, I digress. I'm getting a little preachy. I apologize. But I do want to give myself a pat on the back. Wednesday night on the stream, I told you, hey, there might be some overlays out there. Get out there and get on them. And I definitely saw some guys getting out there and getting them. The big overlays, they come in the double ups, the multipliers, the satellites, and this is a really good one that my friend Mike, one of my followers, Michael Cohen, just told me that they're also in those secondary tournaments. When the big $20 fills up, they put out a secondary $20 because they want to get as many people in there as they can. And a lot of times they get too aggressive with those secondary tournaments where people can't fill them up in time, and so that ends up being overlays, and you end up getting tremendous values. And that's not just for week long; that's also for every round of Showdown. So if you really want to get the biggest edge you can, you need to wake up every morning 5 minutes before lock and be in that lobby making sure there's no overlays. And if there is, you need to have your lineups ready and just go enter. It can get a little expensive, but you're getting free money. And if you feel like you're a player with an edge because you're watching this show, then it's all going to work out in the long run anyways. So I hope you followed me on that overlay. It's a great way, especially on a week like this where people seem to kind of just be like, bro, I don't want to pay attention. I don't get it. They go off at holes 1 and 9 in Canada. It confuses me. I'm not going to lie. That kind of confused me too. My dude Tambo straightened me right on up. Sorry. Let's see. Week long. How am I doing at week long? Well, if you guys don't remember, I like to push this website called Cut Sweats. Do they sponsor me? No, they don't. Do I like them? Oh, yes, I do. I think it's the coolest site ever. When you're playing hundreds of lineups like I usually do on a given week, this is really nice and it saves you lots of time. Don't forget, Nelson Adcock, the guy who runs Cut Sweats, is allowing you half off of your first month by just using the promo code DEGEN75, DEGEN75, all lowercase. Use that, you get half off. And I promise you, once you use it for a month, you'll probably get addicted, because I sure as shit do. All day I was over here looking at this impact thinking, who are the guys I really need to make the cut to help out the greatest majority of my lineups? And it had that. It's telling me you got to get Tigala, Hughes, and Fratelli across the line. And amazingly enough, Tigala and Fratelli both I think they birdied their last hole, each of them, to make the cut on the number. Do we usually run that good? No, we don't. But we'll take it. We'll take it. And, I have a great core this week. You can see right there, I've got Fitzpatrick, Smalley, Mitchell, Scheffler, Hoffman, Gim, Burns, Lee Hodges, Adam Long. I've got all kinds of guys in the top 10. And I've got them in dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of lineups. So I've got a lot of bullets heading into the weekend. Am I excited? Yeah, a little bit. I'm not much of a week-long guy. I'm slowly starting to become all Showdown. I'm almost to the point where I'm doing about 50% week-long, 50% Showdown as far as my bankroll goes. You go over here, you can look at the contests. You can see in the $800 pitch and putt, that's the big one, the big $20. I think I did 65 lineups in there, something like that. You can see that the average is 8.82, got a 6 of 6. I got a smooth 12%. Let's go. So a little edge on the field. Same with my 5 of 6s. You know, if I'm being completely honest with you, and I hate to do this, I had to do a little self-reflection today. I definitely have been putting more time towards this content than I have towards my own making of my own lineups. And because of that, I did 29 players in my player pool this week for 66 lineups. And I'm going to tell you, that's just way too many. At most, I should have been probably in the 23 to 25 range. And I ended up just kind of playing some, you know, kind of some slap dicks I shouldn't have played. No one's fault but mine. But, you know, that I just get so used to always playing between 29 and 32 players per week. But that's usually because I'm making somewhere between 150 to 300 lineups. This week, I only did 66 lineups. And I shouldn't have had that big of a player pool. Kind of lazy, kind of an oversight. But, you know, what are you gonna do? I fucked up. We'll survive. I mean, hell, I still might hit a big one this week. I got a lot of lineups in the top 1,000 that are 6 of 6. So let's see how we run over the weekend. Don't forget, DGen75 is the code for this. There's a lot of other cool stuff. I'll probably show you again Saturday night. Hopefully we have some that are going to be some big sweats when it comes to money. I'll show you the other things this website does. But test it out for a month. I think you can do that. Got a $5 package and a $10 package with the 50% off. So it's pretty awesome. All right. Let's go over something real quick, guys. The drawing. Here it is. This is all the names. I told you that you needed to retweet the show on Twitter and also leave a comment on the YouTube video. You need to do both those things. And like these were the only names that we can find. There's 57 of you that are 55 that qualified, that did that. Now, a lot of you retweeted over on Twitter, but didn't leave a comment on YouTube. And if you're like, well, I don't have a YouTube subscription or account. That's the word we're after. I couldn't leave one. Well, I'm sorry, man. Go make one. It takes like 2 seconds. Just make it bob.smith75. No one's ever going to know your identity. And then you can give me another subscriber, which would be cool because I know how many of you are watching this that aren't subscribed. And then when you're not subscribed, when you don't have an account, you can't leave a message. You can't leave a little comment. So go make one. Help a dude out. And then you can be in these awesome drawings. For all of you that don't know, this drawing is, well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you the reception Wednesday night was a little overwhelming. It got a little overwhelming. So for all of you that don't know, Scott Butterworth won $70,000 at Showdown Sunday, and to thank me for my content and to pay it forward, he gave me 3 $100 tickets to put in to the Millionaire Maker next week. The winners of this drawing get to make a lineup with me. It's completely free for you. Me and you are gonna make it together over the next 3 or 4 days. We'll submit it Wednesday night, and we are going to split whatever it is. So if we win $1 million with that $100 ticket, I'm going to send you $500,000. You got it right here. You got it right here on the video. Well, I mean, we'll have to work out the taxes, but like you're gonna get half of it. So that is the giveaway, and you get to work with me, which honestly I think is kind of cool because you know, like how often do you get to build lineups with somebody and kind of see the process behind it, as opposed to just somebody saying, "Here is $20, go make a random lineup," and you know you're not gonna make that lineup. You're gonna go friggin' eat a pizza. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie. All right. So the response was so overwhelming that I decided, fuck it. Let's do 2. So instead of giving away 1 tonight, I'm going to give away 2. And then tomorrow night show, Saturday night, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to give away another $100 ticket tomorrow. So what you got to do to get in that one is you need to go do exactly what I said. You got to go retweet this show over on Twitter. And then down in the comments of this video, tell me who is the one person you're definitely not playing tomorrow. I love that one. Who are you definitely not playing? Because you got to have stones to commit to that. So just say, I'm definitely not playing Scotty Scheffler at whatever the hell your name is. Okay? Leave that. And so then I can put you in my little spinorama thing here. And I'm going to do this live so you know there's no cheating. And you'll be in there. So I'm giving away 2 tickets tonight. Another one tomorrow for the $100 for retweeting and leaving a comment here. But there's a special opportunity. I finally got my Apple iPod. I finally got this up on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. But on Spotify, you can't leave written messages. So if you go over to Apple Podcast and you write a review, a 5-star review, and say something nice about the show, leave your Twitter handle at the bottom so I know to give you credit. I will give you 3 entries into this thing because I really need to get the podcast part going, and that helps with good reviews. So if you go do that, you can get your one for leaving a comment here on YouTube, and then another 3 for going over to Apple Podcasts. You'll have 4 names in the drawing tomorrow. And then, oh yeah, I'm doing another motherfather drawing on Wednesday for a $100 ticket into the Sunday Showdown, where me and you will make a ticket and we will split whatever that does right down the middle. That will be sponsored by me. But I want to do that. So we got drawings coming up we're about to do one right now. We got one coming up tomorrow. So make sure to retweet this show. Leave a comment. Who's the one guy you're not playing tomorrow with your Twitter handle? Go retweet on Twitter. And if you really want some extra names in the drawing tomorrow, go leave me a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. You can put a 5-star on Spotify, but I'll never know. I just appreciate it. And then you'll have even more names in the drawing for both tomorrow's drawing and for Wednesday's drawing. So do it. Help a man out. Okay, the suspense is killing me. All right, I'm going to hit spin, and this is how we're going to do it. The first 2 names are the winners, okay? And then I'm going to draw 2 other names to be backups in case the first people, ghost me or can't be around or anything, right? So here we go. Let's do this thing. I'm nervous. Oh, I'm so nervous. Here we go. Oh, wow, that's really loud. That is tremendously loud. Golly. Holy cow. All right, that was a really long spin. Boom! The Flash 09010. Kind of reminds me of 90210, but like a drunk person spelled it. You are the winner of the first ticket, $100 ticket. I'm going to send you a DM tonight. Hopefully you get back to me in a timely fashion. If you don't, I'm going to give it to one of your backups. Let's see who the second name is that's going to win a $100 ticket. It's really loud. It's really loud. Like it's hurting my ears. Hurry the fuck up. Hurry the fuck up. What do we got? Oh! Zewing? I don't know how to say it, but I know you're the second winner. Me and you are going to be splitting a $100 ticket together. I will be DMing you also tonight. Hopefully I get back to you. So those are our 2 winners. Don't forget, I'm going to have another winner tomorrow night and another winner on Wednesday. So go make sure you comment on this video and retweet. And if you really want to get a lot of names in the hat, go over to Apple Podcast, leave the Showdown, Hoedown. That's my new podcast over there. It's the same damn thing as this. It's just this in audio form, and leave that and you'll get even more names. Let's get our backups real quick. See if I even have any hearing left after this is over. There's got to be a mute. What do we got? Chris, you're my backup. So if one of these first 2 fall through, I'm going to be contacting you first about taking one of these $100 tickets. And lastly, here we go. Boom. HCDP97, you're my second backup. So there's our 2 winners and our 2 backups for the drawing tomorrow. I did it live. You can't just say, oh, he's just giving it to his friends. No, I don't know any of this. I don't know any of those fucking people, but I'm about to, because I'm going to send them DMs seeing if they want to split a $100 ticket with me. And maybe we'll win $1 million and change somebody's life. Shit, if I win $1 million, it'd change my life too. Let's be real. So that's it. Don't forget, another drawing on tomorrow's show for Showdown, Hoedown, around 4, because we do this every Friday night and Saturday night, and I do a stream every Wednesday night, which you need to be here, because if you're making a lineup Wednesday before you've seen my stream, shame on you. Shame on you. You'll never win. Okay, let's get to it. Let's start out where I think we should starting out all the time. That's called contest selection. What contest do I like tomorrow? Well, first of all, let me tell you, I get quite a few messages about people saying, I scored more points than Scott Butterworth, and he won all that money. Well, yeah, you played like a 20-cent lineup. Scott had the nuts to make a $555 lineup to do 2 of them. And he put his money where his mouth is, and so he wins game-changing money, and he doesn't have to have the nuts. That's what I always tell you, that like if you're going to play $100 in a week, you'd be so much better doing the $100 single entry than you would doing, say, 6 lineups in the big $15 tomorrow. That's just the smart thing to do. Yes, you're going to get $0 back more often, but you're also going to hit something big much more frequently. It's just how it is. So I hope you understand that concept. Contest tomorrow. Here you go. Are you going to play in the big $15? Oh, you know I am, but I'm just chasing $50,000. I've got money to burn when it comes to Showdown. I got a huge amount of money I'm up on Showdown over the last 2 years. So I can I'll probably put, I don't know, 50 in it or something like that, 50 to 100, and I might not get any money back, but I might also spike $50,000, and I can afford to do that. And here's what I don't think a lot of you understand. Even when I have a pretty good day at Showdown, and let's say I put 100 lineups in it tomorrow, so I'm in for 1,500. If I have a pretty good day, I usually only break even at Showdown. It's about once every 6 to 7 weeks of Showdown, I spike one for 5 figures or something like that. That seems about how it goes. And then most of the other weeks, most of the other Showdowns, I'm losing a little bit, or if I do really well, I'm breaking even or maybe winning a few $100 or something like that. So when you play in this $15, just know that's what you're doing. You're basically going to lose money nine times out of 10. Even if you're really good. That's just how it is. If you don't know that, well, you should know, because like a third of the money goes to first place. That is a terrible format for a tournament. But I'm a degenerate. It's in my name. I have to do it. The 555 is pretty good tomorrow. Here's something I look at. It's $85,000 guaranteed, $20,000 to first. I like that because that means less than 25% is going to first. If only, what is that, roughly about 23% is going to first, that means that a larger proportion is going to the other spots, which makes a top 5, a top 10 very profitable. Do you have $555 to play? Probably not. But if you're thinking about spending $500 tomorrow, I would say consider doing one in the 555 as opposed to doing, what would that be? Something like 37 in the $15. Yeah, I'm not good at math. I'm telling you, if you're on that $100 budget, try these $100 single entries, the $33 single entry, something like that. You can't go wrong with the $5 single entry. These are all really good tournaments. The $44 is really good. 1.5 thousand to first. So maybe do a $44, maybe two $44 and a $33 single entry. That could be a good way to spend a little over $100 and give you where you don't have to hit the stone cold nuts, but also give you enough lineups where you don't just have to play 6 guys and only 6 guys. Maybe make a pool of 8 or 9 guys and spread them out across those 3 lineups. That's a way to go. If you're a smaller level player, you can never go wrong with the 20 max $1. It's great. It's, $20 you're in and you can make 20 lineups, which is really fun. You can get exposure. I would probably try to keep your player pool to around 15 to 16 guys for 20 lineups. And you can really do some stuff there. What I would really tell you is the way interest seems to be in this contest. Oh yeah, never forget the $12 single entry, another good one. But the way interest seems to be in the Canadian Open, I would be up in the morning and there might be some overlays for some of those satellites for some big tickets, maybe some of the double ups and stuff like that. I mean, I'm playing in one double up this week that literally it's like 80% of the field is going to get paid. I just have to beat 20% of people and I double my money. Like it's a 4 out of 6 and it's definitely going to cash. So there you go. That is contest selection this week. I'm just going to harp on this every time because I got to tell you, this will probably win you more money. Actually, let me rephrase that. This will make you lose money more slowly than anything else you can do. And you're like, well, why would you tell me I want to lose money slowly? Because when you're playing DFS, you're losing most of the time. You want to keep your losses to a minimum, to a minimum, to a minimum, to a minimum. And then when you finally spike on that 10th week, you've paid off all those little losses. And now you got a bang load of money left over to just completely change your bankroll. That's how you do it. If you think I'm sitting here winning every week at DFS, yeah, not listening. All right, what's the one thing we always talk about whenever it comes to Showdown? The most important thing, what is it? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. What is it? What is it? Yeah, that's right. It's weather. So let's go check some weather. You know where we're at. We're on Windfinder. This is like in Northwest Toronto. And yeah, I got to tell you, even today, a couple people asked me who I like today because I ended up not playing very much today. And I told them I preferred the afternoon guys because I saw more gusts in the morning. But you know what? The afternoon wave, I think, played about a third of a shot harder today. It did. It was a third of a shot. And so that shows you that when this course gets a little warmer in the afternoon, it plays a little tougher. So with that in mind, then you go look at these winds tomorrow morning. I see an undeniable trend. I'm going to be playing the shit out of guys who are on the course early. Let me be a jerk real quick and check my phone. All right, round 3 tee times are out. Good. They're going off in 2s from all the tees. I wanted to make sure because, it's Canada and they're, yay, sorry, kind of weird. And I thought maybe they would just put them off in 3s or something. Hell, they start them off T9. Why would it be weird to put them off? Hell, they might put them off in 4s off both tees. Who knows? It's Canada. But they're not. They're putting them off in 2s, all off T1. So I want guys going off early AF. I want those guys who just barely made the cut and who are going to get out there in that sweetest conditions there'll be all day, where the wind is not even moving. The greens are soft. It hasn't had time to bake out, so they're going to be able to throw darts. Give me those guys going off in the morning. I can just tell you, looking at that, that's what I'm doing. Do you have to do what I do? No. I'm trying to tell you how I think, and you take what you want from it and ignore what you want from it. It's your world, big guy. I'm just living in it. Let's get over to it. Hey, you know what? If you're going to always shit on Fantasy National, you got to give them a little bit of credit. First of all, let me say, Fantasy National, I've been a little critical of, and I don't take any of it back. But as far as having all the stats in one place that are pretty easy to sift through, I do like it. As you can see, I use it every day on the show. So I'm no hater on DraftKings, on Fantasy National. I'm a hater on them getting their shit updated fast enough. And ever since I've started bitching, and I guess I have an audience that's getting big enough that they're starting to listen to me, shit's gotten better. I mean, look, round 3's already up when I'm recording this at 7 o'clock Friday night, which is good because the round 2 just ended like 10 minutes ago. So much better. So now I can actually show you round 3 with prices. The first thing you've got to notice is there's only 3 guys over 10,000. When there's only 3 guys over 10,000, that lets you know we got some soft ass pricing tomorrow. And so naturally, what are people always going to do? They're going to spend all their salary. So if you want to know who's going to be chalked tomorrow, basically look at everybody that's 9,000 and up. Well, probably not Terrell Hatton. I don't think he'll be very chalky, but everybody else that's 9,000 and up is going to be fairly chalky just because people use all of their money. So I implore you right off the bat is basically everybody from Finau up. You need to just go pick who are the 3, maybe 4 dudes if you're playing a lot of lineups that you're going to commit to. If you're sprinkling all these guys up here, you're just paying the rake. You can't do that. Make your stands and commit to them. You might be wrong. Oh well, it's better to be all in on Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy tomorrow. Do all your lineups with one of those 2 guys in it than it is to be 10% on all of those guys. That's just dumb. That's dumb. Don't do it. Please listen to me. I don't care who you pick up here. I'm telling you to commit to whoever you pick. And if you do that and they hit, now you've got a lot of bullets to win, especially if you make the rest of your roster correctly. So this super soft pricing is going to lead to people being chalky tomorrow. If I had to guess who's going to be the most popular tomorrow, well, I'll let you know. I'm pretty freaking good at ownership, especially at Showdown. Probably the best at it because no one really does it. Rory, everybody just plays Rory because, you know, he's Rory. And it's like, he didn't even play that good today and he's still in second place. Well, I mean, whatever. He didn't play that good, but Rory kind of sucks. He never plays that good. Just so you know, if you're new, I'm kind of a Rory hater. It's where I make most of my money. It's just not playing him. I'm probably going to play him tomorrow. Cam Smith. That's going to be your second other popular guy. Why? Because, oh my God, you see him today? He rallied and made the cut. And this puts us in a tricky situation because I always tell you, when you play a guy coming off a super hot round, and let's face it, Cam had a friggin' smoking hot round. I bet he picked up as many strokes on the field as anybody today. Who was the number 1 strokes game? Yeah, Cam Smith picked up more strokes on the field than any other player in the field today, 6.2. Normally I would say auto fade. But you got to remember, what was that, 3 weeks ago when Xander shot some crazy like 66 to make the cut on the number, and then he just went ham Saturday and Sunday and rallying all the way to second place. I'm so bad at remembering tournaments, but you know what I'm talking about. And with a world-class player like Cam Smith, you do have to ask yourself, can he do it again? Can he ride that momentum and just go completely chase down everybody and still maybe go win this tournament or get a top 5 and shoot a 67 tomorrow? He probably could. I'm not telling you to play him or not. I'm telling you that he's going to be chalky because of that, because he made that big rally today. People are going to see he was ball striking and did everything perfect today. That's going to make him popular. So you got to decide, do you want to do that? I'm probably not going to, but, you know, I'm kind of like, you know, I'm a gangster like that. You know, to me, the best play up here is probably Thomas. You know, he's been like, I mean, he should be so much better than where he's at right now. He hasn't really made a single putt. He looks very under control. Same thing with Scotty. Scotty looks like a world beater, and he's losing strokes putting. And if you don't know, Scotty Scheffler's a pretty good putter. So if everybody wants to play Rory and Smith, I'll be happy pivoting to Thomas and Scheffler, but it's not that easy. I think that more than anybody, my man Sam Burns and Shane Lowry are poised for a huge day tomorrow. They're getting it done the way you want to see. They're getting a lot of approach. Their approach is spot on. Sugar Shane losing 1.8 putting. I mean, Shane's a good putter. That's scary. Corey Connors, I have him starred. You know why? Because Corey Connors, I know this is like the dumbest logic ever, but I'm telling you it's real. When a chalk player for a week long makes the weekend, and they're just not playing that well, they always go off. So am I going to play Corey Connors tomorrow? Yes, I am. Why? Because I want to mush him. That's why. And honestly, I think he's kind of been feeling the Canadian pressure this whole week. It would not surprise me if he goes out tomorrow. He's like, fuck it. I'm out of this thing. I'm just going to go throw some darts. And so that's kind of why I'm looking at him. Matthew Fitzpatrick's ball striking is off the charts. That's going to make him popular, especially with a 9,200 salary. I would bet that Thomas, Rory, Fitz are your top 3 owned guys tomorrow. You know, people are catching on to the whole ball striking thing. So if you want to know, look for big names who've been ball striking the hell out of it, and those are going to be popular. Fitz, Lowry, Rory, Scheffler, Finau. Those guys are all going to be popular. Other guys we're looking at, To me, I don't like Tony Finau or Hadwin. I don't really like how they're shaping up. They're kind of luck sacking around the greens and stuff like that, relying on their putter too much. I think you can look at round 2 today also. Don't forget to search by all rounds and round 2. You kind of want to see what they did today also. And when I go look at Finau, like he seemed like he had a pretty good round today, but like he did it, he just kind of did it off the tee and putting, which are not what I really want to see. I want to see it on approach, or I want to see him lose a ton around the green, because that shit's random. Great bounce back. Okay, I love the bounce back candidates. So go search by worst rounds today. Well, that's not going to work because they still got all the other guys on here. Let's go down to guys who barely made the cut. This is kind of the sweet spot. Why do I want the guys that barely made the cut? A, because they're going to be the lowest owned. That's the most important thing. Because what's the most important thing in ownership? At Showdown is ownership. Already spoiled my own answer. You want those guys that have that because they're going to be the lowest owned, except Cam Smith. He'll be chalky AF. But I want them because they're going off early. So I'm looking down here for guys that didn't play particularly well today, that kind of backdoored, just kind of stayed above the cut line and made the cut, but didn't impress anybody. Tigala, just a completely average player today. Lost on almost everything except off the tee. He sucks, right? Oh, you can't play Tigala. I'm all over Tigala. Vegas, same thing. He was ball striking, didn't really have a very good day. Everybody's kind of forgetting about him, but at that price tag, $8,400, he's not going to fit easily into people's lineups if they want to put 2 superstars up top. He's all in my lineups. Probably. Maybe. Just because I have these guys started doesn't mean I'm playing them. These are guys I want you to consider. Kramer Hickok, he petted terrible today. Could never play him. He shot a 7.5 today. You can't play him. Okay. One of these guys is going to win somebody a GPP tomorrow. Mackenzie Hughes, he looked like garbage. He did. I watched. He's on my week long. He looked terrible. You could never play him. He looked terrible today. Or maybe Mackenzie Hughes does what he did Friday and goes and shoots a 5 under and wins you a GPP at, I guess, 6% ownership. Maybe. So what you really want to be looking for are guys that have been ball striking. I have some that are highlighted here that go off early. What's early? I would consider anybody that's T45 or lower going off early. Hubbard played awful today. Tremendous bounce back candidate. Ortiz played awful today. Tremendous bounce back candidate. Emiliano Grillo spun his wheels today, but here you go. You ready for some of that dumb logic again? He's week-long chalk. He is so chalky in the higher level stuff. He's going to smash tomorrow just because of that, to let all the sharps get there. Check out David Skins, man. 3.1 on approach today. Whoo, that's a lot for a single round. That guy was throwing some darts. I'm not going to go over every single one of these players. Aaron Rye will smash tomorrow just because that's what dumb chalk does. Streb was another one that had a great day ball striking, just couldn't figure anything out. He can get roasty hot. I gotta like some Sebastian Munoz. Once again, I'm not telling you guys who to play. I'm telling you guys that caught my eye. Also love to go look at guys that shit the bed around the greens today. Jonas Blix, but he kind of sucked at everything. Who else do we have? Patrick Rogers was pretty terrible around the green today, but he's also not very good on approach. But, that's kind of Patrick Rogers. I'm just a Patrick Rogers fader. He's kind of like my little Rory. Other guys that shit the bed today, Brant Snedeker. Yeah, he wasn't great off the tee, wasn't great around the greens, but man, he picking up on approach and putting. That's the 2 most important things for a good showdown round. So you got to be checking out some Brant Snedeker. Lastly, go look at guys that really were on with approach today. I'm warning you right now, Ryan Armour and Ryan Moore are those kind of guys I'm talking about. Look at that. Oh, their approach was so good. They just had a good round. They could never do bad the next day. Guys, it's Ryan Armour and Ryan Moore. The chances of them putting 2 awesome rounds together in a row, I would guess is probably somewhere about 1 in 100. Could they do it? Absolutely. But like if you're playing Ryan Armour and you think he's going to gain another 5 strokes tomorrow, maybe he will. I highly effing doubt it. And the fact that they're cheaper and people are going to see that approach, I bet that makes them at least both 10%, and that is laughable ownership for those 2. So for me, I'm just telling you that's the kind of guys I'm looking to fade, because people are smart enough to look at approach and see those 2 guys were killing it on approach today. So that's what I'll be looking at. So we've covered chalk. We've covered the weather. We've covered some guys, go look at guys who are not putting particularly well, especially if they're a good putter. Some of these guys, it's like, Henrik Norlander didn't putt well today. Yeah, well, Henrik Norlander sucks at putting. So that's not a surprise, and you shouldn't expect that to turn around. You're looking for guys who overall are at least above average putters who are losing strokes putting. Look at guys who are shitting the bed around the green, because if you don't know, around the green in a showdown format is pretty useless, because in one round, if they're going to get you a ton of points, they're not going to be hitting out of the rough very often. They're going to be hitting greens and regulations and having 16 birdie putts, and they'll make 8 of them. That's what happens in a good showdown round. So if you're like, I need guys who can get up and down. No, you don't, because you're not chasing pars. You're chasing birdies. It's showdown, motherfucker. So guys who played bad today will be guys I targeted, just like we did last week with Brendan Steele and Keegan Bradley and Jordan Spieth and every guy who won everybody the monies. Do that. Last thing I want to look at is round 3 scores. Is this my round 3 scores? Oh yeah, there was one I just remembered. Brendan Todd, another donkey chalk player who will go off tomorrow. He has like 2 birdies this whole time. Okay, maybe he has like 4, but he's not playing good or bad, but he has been ball striking. He is traditionally a great round 3 scorer. You got to check out Brendan Todd for tomorrow. That donkey. Lee Hodges, surprisingly enough, a really good round 3 score. This is over 24 holes. Aaron Rye, of course, Rory and Scotty Scheffler and Thomas are going to be up there, and Cam Smith, duh, because they're like the best players. I'm looking for guys that like aren't obvious. Braden Thornberry, but that's only on 4. He's only played 4 round 3s. Tigala, a very good round 3 player. All right, there you go. That is basically it. Remember, guys, to get into that drawing, you got to leave a comment on this video saying who's the one guy you're not going to play. And then you also have to go retweet this show over on Twitter. If you do that, I will give you one name in the drawing. If you go over to Apple Pod and you leave a 5-star review and say something nice and leave your Twitter handle, I'll put another 3 in there. So you get up to 4 names in the drawing for tomorrow, another $100 Millie Maker entry that you get to make with me. And then again on Wednesday on the live stream for a $100 Sunday Showdown single entry that we'll make together and split 50-50. I will end on one guy I am definitely playing tomorrow and one guy I am definitely fading. Let's see. The one guy I am definitely playing tomorrow. The one guy I'm definitely fading tomorrow is... Man, you think I'd have these ready, right? You think I'd come with these already written down, but I just put it on the board to remind myself to talk about them. One guy I'm definitely not playing tomorrow is Cam Smith. There you go. Now, is Cam Smith capable of shooting another 600 tomorrow? Absolutely. But I don't want to pay that ownership premium for him, and I know how hard it is to put 2 rounds in a row together. Is he going off at the perfect time? Yes. Did he look like a world beater today? Yes. Do I give a shit? No. There you go. That's as easy as I can put it. I play to win. I got to beat, 15,000 people in that GPP tomorrow? I ain't going to beat them playing the same guys they're playing. All right. And the one guy I'm definitely going to play tomorrow, who's the one guy there's no way I'm not going to play him. You know what? Just to be the mush of all mushes, Brendan Todd. I'm playing him. Sorry, all you donkeys that play Brendan Todd at week long. I'm going to screw you over tomorrow by putting him in like 80% of my lineups. Deal with it. If you don't know, I'm the Degenerate 75. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for coming every night and watching. Be here again tomorrow night as we do round 4, and then be here Wednesday night for the biggest stream ever because it's the US Open. I'll be doing a giveaway. Unbelievable support in the last one. I truly appreciate you guys. We're growing faster than I could have ever imagined. Thank you all for all the support. Let's go win some money tomorrow. Keep sending me those screenshots. I love them. They make me happy. Enjoy my outro. We'll see you tomorrow.